of this meeting. The conference brought to you by TCP, BBM Tigers, and the Climate Change Commission of the Philippines, together with the government of Indonesia and other coalition parties and the different digital company. We will be starting this conference in 2 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Digital X Green High-Tech Innovation and Inclusions, together with the TCP, ICT, the Climate Change Commission, and the BBM Tigers. Welcome. Today is the second day of December, and we will be celebrating and declaring the victory of humanity in the problem caused by climate change. And one of the best way, according to the IPCC, to combat the problem brought about by climate change, of course, is a nature-based solution. Number two is technology. That's why we are here in this pavilion in order for us to have innovations, inclusions through high-tech digital X green. And we are here for today to hear the best practices of each and every organization, to give us inputs and to welcome those who are online. I am requesting one of the board of directors of the Philippine Cooperative Development Authority, or CDA, also the vice president for indigenous people of the BBM Tigers. Kindly welcome Assistant Secretary Boy Lasaga. He is online. Please, Assistant Secretary Lasaga, kindly give the welcome remarks, words of inspiration coming from the Cooperative Development Authority. Dr. Lasaga, the floor is yours.
Oh, good afternoon to all of you there in Dubai and to all the attendants and to all present here in attendance in this very important forum. So, behalf of the 18,000 cooperatives registered nationwide with 12.1 million members, I would like to signify our support to this very, very important program that the Climate Change Commission is launching. And finally, I hope we will be able to get or to grasp all the opportunities that will be given onto us. I would just like also to remind everybody that all of us had been guilty in one way or the other of doing something in the past which we know we should have not done. This is a good opportunity for all of us to do this time. This time, we would not entertain negligence anymore. And this program that the CCC is launching is for everybody without any exceptions. So with this, I would just like to remind everybody that the law of harvest govern. We will reap what we sow. For all your initiatives, be it the CCC under the leadership of our Commissioner Albert de la Cruz, and also the Climbs, who is responsible for protecting all the agricultural activities as well as the farmers, fisher folks, aquaculture, and everything. I would last like to welcome all the attendees. This is for all of us, a call for us to respond in what has been given us, the instruction from or the precepts given us by our dear Lord up there. Let's take all of our environment and welcome to all of us. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Yusek Albert de la Cruz. And good evening, good afternoon to all.
Thank you, Asek Boy Lasaga, for that very insightful message. They are all clapping their hands here. We just thought we were listening to the Pope. That is Asek Boy Lasaga, a good friend of mine. When we visit Indonesia, he will be joining us. Today, we're so glad that to inform those who are online, we are joined by our guest speaker, whom I will be introducing later. But I want to continue the line of thoughts and actions with regards to the NGOs and cooperatives, specifically in the Philippines, because our guest speaker is really into it. So for us, food security is concerned. The next speaker is also online. They're doing what we call a risk transfer mechanism, and they're doing it through the use of digital. They're doing it what we call a precise risk transfer mechanism by means of the new technology. He represents the cooperative in the Philippines, being the president of the Chamber of Cooperative of the Philippines, and also at the same time the president of Climbs. He's a good friend of mine and a good friend of all the cooperatives in the Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to present to you Dr. Noel Ramo. Dr.
Thank
Noel,
you.
you have
Thank you, Commissioner Albert. Good afternoon to especially to the government also of Indonesia for giving us this privilege to be part of this pavilion and the ICD and the Digital X Green. Thank you very much, the BBM Tigers, for this rare opportunity, giving also our experience related how we contribute also to the SGDs and to this climate change. Allow us to introduce our organization. Clives is a member of the Philippine Chamber of Cooperatives Incorporated. It is a organization that was established way back in 1971. And the main purpose of this organization way back then was to give social protection, especially the members of the ordinary members of the cooperatives, the fisher folks, the fishermen, and the workers. And right now, we're able to have around 8.8 million lives and millions also of properties being insured by this organization, the Climbs Life and Health Insurance Cooperative. We are also a climate insurance provider because we have this very special program in partnership with the IBISA, the SIAT, and then the ICMIF, that is a very big organization of insurance and cooperatives. So the clients developed a climate insurance through parametric, and which is now gaining its momentum for protection, for giving protection also to the farmers, especially the portfolio, the loan portfolio of these farmers. Climbs is a licensed insurance from the Insurance Commission and also to our regulator, the Cooperative Development Authority. And as a member of ICMIF, we are more focused also on how we provide affordable social insurance. And right now, our main focus is how we can help the government on the food security. So this is a very unique opportunity also that through this pavilion, through this climate change COP28, we can lobby also on how cooperatives in the Philippines can contribute, especially to the carbon emission and the carbon footprints, because beginning next year, we will be coming up also our to incentivize to to give also our cooperatives through the Cooperative Chamber of the Philippines how we can contribute on mangrove planting. An example for that is for every premium that you will buy for an insurance, there's a mangrove okay. Can I have the next slides? As an insurance cooperative, we are guided. As an insurance cooperative, we are guided by specific values and principles, and one of that is true. Okay, thank you. Before that, Commissioner Albert. Okay, as an insurance cooperative, we are upholding these basic values and principles. No? As it is a group of people or cooperatives in the Philippines of around 4,000 cooperatives network that set up a capital to come up with a program of an insurance program. So we always look at it in the form of this self-help, self-responsibility, and democratic control, and also education in order to provide our members cooperative, especially those who are not covered by private insurance to buy a proprietary insurance. So we are more into protection than a focus on profit. So these are the values and principles that we are guided for every things that we will do. And as we look into strategic programs, the climbs, how it will provide to the sector of the movement. Next slides, please. And to that value chain, as climbs, we are able to set up these organizations and networks. When you look into the education, we were able to register a cooperative college of the Philippines in partnership of the Cooperative College of UK. And this coming February 11th, there will be a fourth cohorts that will be conducted in the Cooperative College of UK. So we'll be bringing also leaders in the movement, able to experience also how cooperatives was created, and that makes us the descendants way back in 1800s. So this is where we're able to contemplate and apply also, validate what we practice is in accordance to how cooperatives was created way back in 1800s through our Cooperative College of the Philippines. we have this investment because cooperative right now they have generated funds, and then we will teach them also how to generate good returns through our investment company, the CMAC, the Asset Management Corporation, and they can even select what kind of investment through the mutual fund or through a fixed value, fixed asset investment. Aside from that, we have also a pre-need that our members can buy a insurance in lieu of their funeral service. So we have this Cosmopolitan Climbs Life Plan, and and we have also this agency that we partner is a cooperative that for our agents who take good care of our agents. We have this CLIPSA, the Co-op Life General Insurance and Financial Services Agency. We have also a printing press and real estate, and the newest one is the registrations of the Cooperative Chamber of the Philippines that we launched last month in Marriott Hotel. The purpose of this chamber is to come up a more united cooperative and boast also the services of the cooperatives to the community. We will come up also a consultations to our member cooperatives in a spirit of cooperativism, how cooperative movement in the Philippines contribute to the economic value proposition to the government and even to the community. And it is also where the Cooperative College of the Philippines can lobby to the to other stakeholders related to this climate change. Right now, as we are into this in Dubai, we are publishing a press release that the loss and damage is one of the components also that this insurance cooperative can access on to the communities where members of the cooperatives are affected by this climate change. So there's a big role for this cooperative chamber of the Philippines for the next 5 years. Next slides, please. And with that, in partnership with the Climate Change Commission and to all stakeholders also, we are able to develop and participate in a circular economy, how the climate insurance protect our members and the communities, and
The cycle
through
begins with the process of
through this again please, through this eco shop. So if you can give me to play for that slides for the video, please.
The cycle begins with the process of Climbs insuring its member cooperatives, providing safety and security to its members through the enhanced WeatherProtect insurance and other digital solutions, as well as ensuring that cooperatives adhere to the values and principles they uphold. Second, the cooperatives ensure that their farmer members are also covered and protected through various insurance policies. Third, following a farm-to-market approach in which farmers are able to safely contribute to the food security and the economic value chain. Lastly, the process follows a market-to-household approach through consumption and production, bringing the cycle back to the households of the member cooperatives.
Now, through this eco shop, I think this is very timely because we can now develop a platform that our co-op members can participate their products and services. And what we are asking for the government of the Philippines, especially through the recommendation of the Climate Change Commission, is to develop a systematic way of accreditation for the products and make it as a green product so that all those who are related to the SGD number 12 on responsible consumption, that they can have an access to this eco shop. And while the buyer and the consumer and then the seller can come up also an incentive for the products and services that they're going to avail and purchase, that there are certain percentage that will be allocated for climate mitigation. An example for that is when we, as I mentioned already, about the mangrove planting. For just like in insurance in climbs, through this eco shop, for every purchase of 1,000 pesos, there's a percentage, maybe a one mangrove plant that will be planted and identified for reforestations for that mangrove communities, for that specific area, or or other products not for insurance that they will be buying for this eco shop. It can earn points and develop into a climate mutual fund, that in case of calamities, through the Weather Protect Insurance, through our app, that it can right away pay those who are affected and develop savings already by buying through this eco shop. So an example is, if you are a consumer and you buy products like a green uh, bamboo, the green product. Example is the bags or shoes certified by the as a green product. Then upon buying on it, there are certain percentage that will go for the climate mutual fund. And that climate mutual fund, in case of excessive rainfall and wind speed, and and through the platform of claims, the Weather Protect Insurance that triggers, then we right away provide also the claims within 10 working days or lower than that. We can give it to the account of the one who bought the products to this eco shop. So those are, we think, that each of us, through cooperate to the principle of cooperation among cooperatives, and also to the sustainable development goals, particularly on SGD 12 and SGD 17, through partnership, and even for the climate action. So these are the things that clients, and through the Philippine Chamber of Cooperatives, we can connect each other for a better community, and adapt and come up also a what we call ecological based adaptation for every organization. So with that, these are the list of cooperatives that patronizes our Weather Protect Insurance. And in behalf of our board of directors, who is present also here, is our chairperson, Father Elmo Manching of Mitro Ormoc Multipurpose Cooperative, which the one who was that cooperative that were able to pay around 200 million pesos during the time of Hayan, which right now is a 10-year anniversary already. This is a landmark that each one of us will help together and continue doing business and also taking good care of the environment. Thank you very much, and good afternoon to all. Thank you, Commissioner Albert. No video, no audio. Sorry, I cannot hear. I cannot hear. I cannot hear the audio.
Okay. Thank you, Dr.
Yeah,
Noel.
yeah, that's it. That's it.
May we
It's
request
okay.
Father Elmo, the chairman of Climes, to give us insights and experience to share to the group, specifically with regards to their experience in Haiyan, strongest typhoon ever hit the planet, and the effect of the climate risk transfer mechanism via insurance.
Yeah, okay.
You have the floor, Father.
Donald, we have Father Elmo here, Father Chair. Donna?
Um, I think he's not online. He has issues in
He's not
connecting.
online.
He
Okay.
has issues in connecting. I'll check.
Okay, while waiting for Father Elmo, we'll give you, ladies and gentlemen, my dear colleague, we will give you the friend of BBM Tigers. As a matter of fact, he is the BBM Tiger country chairman for Taiwan. At the same time, he is the Secretary General of Taiwan Climate Partnership. He's considered to be the Al Gore of Taiwan, so far as climate knowledge and intellect is concerned. And he will be going with me together with Mom Sophia in the different ASEAN country to form the formal coalitions of different NGOs or forest countries for just transition, specifically on technology. Of course, we nominated him to be the Secretary General of the coalition. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you Dr. Chi Mingping of Taiwan.
Yeah, thank you, Gilbert, and also Madam Sophia. And actually, it's my honor to be here. I have some feedback from Noel, and because when I was a professor and I quit my professor job to set up a weather company in Taiwan, the first job I want to do is the weather derivative. Weather derivative is, for example, I like rainy, you don't like rainy, and some people can use their money to hedge. But we can have a platform just like the index. We can buy or we can sell. So it's weather derivative. So in the beginning, I want to make the platform. It's already existing platform in Chicago Omega 9 Exchange. And just like, for example, just buy a lottery. Some people like the rating, some people don't like the rating. So we can use such as kind of mechanical to swap. It's actually it's weather derivative. They will last way. India right now they use the weather lottery just like that. Yeah, by using the private money to do this. But it's called weather derivative. And however, about 20 years ago, the government saying no, not at all. It's gambling. It's gambling because they don't know because sometimes the weather can make a loss. And how to identify the loss is not easy. So, for example, it's raining. It may be rain. You will damage your rice. And how to identify the loss of the rice is from that raining, maybe rain or drought. It's not easy to identify. So the best way is to use an index. Raining, not raining, you buy a quota, something like that. That we call weather derivative. just like buy stock buy something in the stock market, the same thing. But our government say no, so we make a with insurance. We make a with insurance. So one of the insurance company hired me in consultant to set up the insurance policy, and I also become the salesperson. I'm the consultant of I'm the weather guy to go to the insurance company to be their consultant for 2 years and help them to sell the insurance. For example, when we play the golf, meet the venue, how can we do? Nothing, right? But if we play the golf, it's raining, it will make us not happy because it's raining. Play the golf is not good. So we can have a weather golf insurance to pay you the money. But you should buy in advance. For example, play the golf, one golf probably $100, and what you can pay is about 10% of the golf fee. So we start to do this because I think that the people play the golf, they are rich men. They can pay more. But finally, it's not easy to do because some people say, oh, it's just joking. Oh, so before that, the way the risk is under the golfer is not to the golf course, so it's failed. So, but about 5 years ago, our government catch up the idea. For each fruit, they have a weather insurance index because our government every year we have about more than 10 billion Taiwanese dollars loss because of extreme weather, heavy rain, and make the damage to the fruit price. So all of that is government paid to the farmer, but it's too much, and in the future it was more and more high. So our government thinking. My friend, he was a minister of the agriculture before, and he set up weather insurance, but it's a different type. For example, this is mango weather insurance. This is guava insurance. This is the pineapple insurance. We have 25 weather agricultural insurance policy. But the most important is the government pay about 50% of the premium for the farmer. And if the farmer want to buy the 50%, the government will pay for you. You just only pay for 50%. So the problem is when we make this, because the government will pay something, so the insurance company think, okay, we can make big money, but it's not easy because how to educate the farmer? Because farmer in everywhere, they are not so high level, they are not so rich. So finally, only limited people buy the insurance. So the government finally reached me to make a study about what about the insurance policy, weather insurance policy in the future. And we found the biggest problem is a basis gap. For example, it's raining. How can I identify you will have loss? So there is some gap between the real loss about this. So I told our government the best way is just weather derivative. Just keep the income of the farmer. It's more important. But when we talk about this, because in Taiwan, the farmer, they do not need to pay the tax. Don't need to pay the tax. The government will protect you. The farmer do not pay the tax. So finally, our government don't know the real income at all. So it's not easy to identify. But they did not the insurance. They do not pay the tax, but they also have the insurance. We have a farmer insurance. It's a lifetime insurance. Just like we have in Taiwan, everybody have a healthcare insurance, and the farmer also have insurance. Same with me. So right now we are in a triangle. How to do that? We don't know. But right now, our experience to do the traditional weather insurance cannot be success. I think that the good way is a weather derivative. But lots of people will think it's gamble. The easiest way to sell the lottery. Yeah, lottery is just like a risk management, right? you buy, for example, you bet who will win and who will win. You buy this lottery or something. I think such is kind of the issue we can exchange the experience and find the best way. India, they have the weather lottery. Weather lottery already in India because they suffer the monsoon, heavy rain, no rain, drought, and very frequent year flooding. So they have but not so many people buy the insurance. Still very traditional. Yeah. So I think such is kind of issue we can use this platform we can discuss in the future because if we do not understand the detail of each country, because when we sell the insurance, also the reinsurance company are waiting for that. So how to link together? If only the policy only for Indonesia, Philippines, your reinsurance fee will be very expensive because the base is too limited. The reinsurance fee, it will be very expensive. So what we can do is maybe we can have a same product swap in the future. For example, in the beginning, I want to talk to Japan because sometimes the typhoon go to Asia, and if they go to Japan, they will not go to Taiwan. Go to Taiwan, not go to Japan. Also to the Philippines. So if we have just like a typhoon index, we can swap the risk. So such is kind of the product can help us reduce because the reinsurance is the big boss is Europe company. Yeah, so our sometimes the insurance policy about 80%, we hope the reinsurance take our risk. So how to manage this is very important. So we can talk later in the future. Okay, thank you, Gilbert. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Paul, I told you, he is an authority, not only with regards to weather, but also to insurance. I am delighted. I am amazed with the way you want to swap the kind of weather event for each and every area. So that's digitally. Actually, Madam Sophia is looking at me while you're talking. So perhaps when we go to Taiwan, you can give us a sample on how to swap this kind of weather events. So aside from swapping, we can also make the necessary successful risk transfer mechanism. So I want to ask if the good Praise, the chairman of Climes, is already available. Dr. Noel. Nandiyan na po
Yeah,
si
okay. Donna, Father Elmo is here, right? He has some problem on the connecting.
Okay, if that is the case, perhaps if we can request from Donna to give us some
Yeah.
sharing, to share to us the experience that you have right after Haiyan and how the impact of the same typhoon, the relation with the insurance payout that you gave to the beneficiaries of Haiyan. Ma'am Donna, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Albert. And of course, we would also like to commend the preparations being done and for this opportunity that you have given to us in Climes. And as what mentioned by our President and CEO, Mr. Noel Raboy, Dr. Noel, and also our chairperson of Climes and the founding chair also of the Cooperative Chamber of the Philippines, Father Elmo Manching. And we are very pleased and to have us all, in being invited in this forum. And just a quick background on what happened. As we all know, we won't be dealing too much on the massive devastation that Philippines has experienced during that time, and also especially in Leyte, where our our chairperson, Father Elmo, heads the Metro Ormoc community cooperative there, and was a main recipient of the insurance that you were able to pay out during that time when there was no access to on the ground. We have shown that the wealth of the cooperation, the cooperatives and the cooperation among co-ops, which is a strong cooperative value. We have already been espousing and embodying that values and principle that we observe universally. We were able to show that we can help them in times of crisis. And not only that, that we were able to go there and really process the claims, but it also shows how important the risk transfer mechanism is. So even before all of this conference of parties have even been started, Climbs as a cooperative that has been built since 1971 has already shown to the world what the cooperation and micro insurance, grassroots insurance has been very active and still relevant as we face these challenges in climate change and the mitigating the impacts of also of the climate change. And with that, so it was 10 years after we have this enhanced weather protect insurance, and still chairperson Father Elmo Manching as our advocate for climate action has really espoused this values when he led all of us as we piloted the weather protect insurance, the parametric insurance that was shown earlier, that started as about just five pilot cooperatives at the time of pandemic, and then it has been able to scale. So from 14 cooperatives, we are now at 181 cooperatives, which you can see the logos that was presented earlier. So those were the cooperatives that we onboarded in this year, 2023 of November, and we have reached already quite a number of farmers. I think we have on data is around 84,000, 84,000 farmers, reaching 422,000 households across 80 provinces in the Philippines. So you can see how we can propel action in the cooperatives. And we have also shown that even the cooperative chamber has been spearheading in all of the climate action efforts of Climbs. And that is the story that we want to testify. And not only that we have all been bouncing back better from what happened in Haiyan and the other um, catastrophic events that we have also survived in recent years. But now we are asking for a lobbying support for the loss and damage fund, which has been in the bus these recent days with the COP28. And we have now been finally seeing fruition of all of our efforts. And we want to support all the government efforts and also multi-stakeholder approach. And I believe that is also the message that our chairperson would want to signify to every one of us, not only here listening to this forum, but also everybody else out there, not only those who are attending the COP28, but also for everybody who even that do not have access, the vulnerable communities, the sectors that we whom we serve. So that is our message for this COP28. And that's all. Thank you very much, Com Albert, and for the rest of the organizing team.
Albert? I think we've lost also the audio.
Of Free Channel TV, a nationwide television network in Indonesia. She carried a mission to provide inspiration, education, and entertainment programs for family. Together with her husband, Adi Bernato, are founders of Adikenkana, Adikenkana Group, owning different companies, properties, manufacturing, gold, pharmaceutical, and technology development. She's actively involved in social enterprises in the furniture and handicraft industry, which employs more than 5,500 active artisans from villages in Indonesia and currently export to 25 countries nationwide. She's also active in education and serves as board members of many charitable foundations. This foundation helps combat poverty, inequality in Indonesia, sponsors schools, students, and educations throughout her country. She is a world-class speaker who delivered compelling speeches in international events such as the APEC Summit in Yokohama, Japan. She is recently having honored being the chairman and the founder of the Mahutani, an advanced farming movement founded in October 8, 2023, together with Dr. Maldoko, the Chief of Staff of the President of Indonesia. Mahutani is a national movement to transform and revolutionize farming in Indonesia, inspired by young farmers using the latest technology like IoT, AI, and sensors, and etc., called smart and precise farming. The aim is to multiply food production up to 300 times compared to traditional ways. The purpose of Mahutani movement is to achieve food security and food sovereignty with everyone's participation in her country. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor and privilege to present and introduce Madam Sofia Koswara of Indonesia. Madam, you have the floor.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for the honor and opportunity to speak in this forum because we understand that the COP28 in UAE is very important, and especially with the digital and green pavilion that stresses the high-tech innovation and inclusion is very important and must make as our top priority in the future and starting from now. So maybe if we can share the presentation, I want to have a short presentation. Dr. Albert? Yeah. I'm sorry to keep you waiting, but this is now confidential online. Thank you.
Wala. Gamit siguro dre. Hindi naman. Terus. Visto. Layout.
Sorry to keep you waiting. It is downloading. So,
Meron na, Gab? Wala. Ha? Tapi naman. Oo nga. Okay na po nga. So, Video mana awit. Ada. Apa ini? Ah, sudah. Sudah. Share kunik kamera. Asaman. Ito. Oh, dihan ta. Ternyata ron. Wala. Salita pa ba? Hindi meron naman pero mawalik na naman, bumalik. Sa signal siguro to, Gob.
Gob, marinig ka namin, Gob. May problema lang yata sa ano nila, sa audio.
Rinig naman daw.
Yes.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Now we can start. And actually, this is a vision for a green digital future. Mr. Muldoko, also the Chief of Staff of the President of Indonesia and the father of Maju Tani movement, already brought this presentation in South Korea during the launching of the GDEP, the Green Development, Green Digital Economy Platform in South Korea. Okay, we can start now. That all of us here, because of one thing, which is green digital future, all of us coming here for this purpose. Next. So I take the example of Indonesia because the young Indonesian people is 50% under the age of 30. And the total population of Indonesia is 280 million people. So 50% is under the age of 30. It is a very, very strong demographic. If we can develop this young age people, this will be a very, very big asset to Indonesia. And Digital Indonesia, the one who use the social media users, is 160 million people. It is a lot of people using it, even though using as very simple headphone, mobiles, you know, even my son have 2 headphones. Yeah, that's how they are so big. And all of them are social media users. So Indonesia, one of the biggest in the world, 160 million people. So the Green Indonesia is also high usage of nature-based solution to help the carbonization. This is one of our aim. And also ASEAN matters because ASEAN is the epicentrum of growth. This is very important. And we must realize who we are in the global stage, so we can maximize our strength. So our goal is also to end poverty in all its forms, everywhere, because poverty is really a sickness. Poverty is really robbing human beings of their dignity. So poverty is also ruining the identity of people. So we really must fight to end poverty in every nations. Yes, this is like not a good view. And 73% of children have experienced at least one cyber risk. This is a new challenge as well because everything digital, positive, yes, but on the other way around, also very dangerous. So if we must wisely educate and protect our children. So back again, green and digital. Back again, high-tech, innovation, inclusion. That's our purpose now. And I would like to ask all of you to rethink about sustainability because Mr. Ban Ki-moon, the 8th UN Secretary General on the 13th July 2023 mentioned in the AI age, the concept of sustainability must encompass the digital environment. Number 2, UN SDG requires a new paradigm to incorporate AI and digital risk because all advancement is always also the setback that we must be careful of. Number 3, a new economic model beyond the circular economy is requested to promote sustainability in both the digital and physical worlds. So right now, the before linear economy is take, make, and waste. So from the material, production, surface, distribution, collection, consumers, dispose, waste, and emission. This is take, make, and waste. The next one is circular economy. This is where we reduce, reuse, recycle. So this is a better model where there is a recycling, remanufacturing, refurbishing, reuse, take, make, intensifying use by the circular economy with this reduce, reuse, recycle. But next, we want to advance into the cross economy, which is to transform, create, and multiply. This is how we gain wealth and we shut down the door of poverty through transforming, creating, and multiplication. This is cross economy that we, all of us, must try to think and implement. And this is the new economic opportunity. You can see the increasing rate. And then next is, I give you example that Indonesia, we have 16,677 islands, the largest archipelago in the world. And we are basically an agriculture company, not company, a country. So we have 62 million farmers. And now we are not really doing well in this, that we must be our homework because 23% of the population, they still earning average $3.6 per day, which is I'm not happy with. And all of us must change this because the poverty, especially in this people group. So we have a new movement called Maju Tani movement. This is one of the purpose is how to empower 62 million people, Indonesian farmers, with AI, with digital transformation, with IoT, with drones, with availability of technology that can reach the poorest of the poor of the society. That's our purpose of the Maju Tani movement. And This Maju Tani movement we launched as a national movement in Indonesia on 8th of October 2023. So actually, I, as a chairwoman and the founder, I launched this together with Mr. Muldoko, the Chief of Staff of the President of Republic Indonesia, and together with the 8 startup company led by the young people, very, very successful entrepreneur in agriculture business in Indonesia. The purpose is to inspire all the Indonesian, all the countries all over the world, because the problem of having a young farmers is a problem now in every country of the world. Why? Because being a farmer is associated with a poor, dirty, poor, not a good idea. Especially if you are earning only $3.6 per day, is very bad. No one wants to earn only $3.6 a day, So it's no wonder that young people all across the globe do not like the job as being a farmer. This is the challenge that we want to inspire to solve, because all the 8 companies that I'm talking about is the young people, led by the young people of Indonesia, and they are very successful. One of the success story is 4 years ago, the company founder, a young person also, have no money, only have an idea. And the idea is everybody laughing at him because it's so funny. What is your vision? And he said he has nothing. He even worked in his garage. And what is the vision? And he said, solve world hunger. Wow, such a big, great vision with nothing, And not all of the people wants to put money on something that is nothing, right? But one of my friends is inspired by the boldness and the sincerity of this guy and give a seed money, only like 300,000 US. Now within 4 years, the company evaluated at the price of USD $5 million. Yeah, and they are going to have the first round, and the investors is coming. Global investor is coming and want to put up to 100 million to this company only within 4 hours from nothing, and then now become something and very proud of, And this company actually have a control climate solution using the AI, using the robotic, using the all the technology, and creating vegetables, very, very expensive. Usually in Europe, you put only as garnish. Now this one is like microgreens, and it is 39 times more nutritious. And so we still have in Indonesia problem of stunting. So the nutritious from the microgreens can solve also about the stunting problem, and this can generate until 120 times more than if you plant it in the regular way, in the conventional way. And the harvest is every 9 to 12 days. So it's very plentiful. This is a successful company now, and it is in the 5-star hotels, and then entering a bigger market. This is just an example. So the young people of Indonesia and young people of Philippines and Taiwan and India can be inspired. So they are willing to go back to agriculture, where they can make innovation, and they can prosper and can give a lot of job and give a lot of hope and shut down the door of poverty. So on the 13th of September, we also launched Green Digital Economy Platform which is called GDEP Indonesia. And this is, we launched it in Seoul between the government of Indonesia and government of South Korea, because we are celebrating 50 years anniversary, golden anniversary of the diplomatic relation between Indonesia and South Korea. So we have this great digital economy platform, and this is a global hub for agri-tech pioneers. This is where we share all the best practices, and we are also stressing on the high-tech innovation and inclusion. Thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Madam Sophia. Madam Sophia Koswara of Indonesia. With that, we would like to request for the special message coming from the former governor of one of the biggest provinces in the Philippines. We would like to request his message because of his advocacy in tree planting. He plant 100 million trees a year, and he's giving away seedlings for free. With that, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce the former governor of Batangas and the chairman of Triang Pilipinas, meaning Green Philippines, Governor Tony Leviste. Gov, you have the floor, po.
Am I live or?
Yes, we can hear you, Gov.
Oh, well, I'm on the highway SLEX on my way to Batangas from Manila, and I have a video that I prepared that I thought would be shown on this occasion, but I'm sorry that I'm late for my arrival there because my trip is not due until tomorrow at 7 in the evening. Be that as it may, good evening, Commissioner Albert, good evening, everybody. I'll just say a few words. I have been reading about what's happening there in the newspapers. Climate change is an existential threat to mankind. And the problem is so complicated, there isn't a silver bullet that can solve it. The real culprit is fossil fuel. But let's face it, it's easier said than done. We cannot live without fossil fuel yet until renewable energy comes to its time. There is, however, something everybody can do anytime and everywhere, and that is simply by planting trees. It might be so simplistic, but that's because you're thinking of planting one tree. Our avocation, our NGO is dedicated to planting 1 billion trees a year. Now, that might sound to be a gargantuan task for you, but when you do it methodically, as we do in province of Batangas, every barangay has a seedling nursery. They produce 1,500 seedlings a month, every 3 months. And in 1 year, there are 4 quarters, and therefore can produce that much more. And with our 1,080 barangays, we are able to produce sufficient seedlings for the reforestation of our bolded mountains. Now, let me just conclude by saying this. So many efforts have been made to plant trees, but nothing has worked. We, however, have the formula, and that is if everybody does the way we do it. There are 42,000 barangays in the country. if they can do what we do in our barangay, we would be producing 1.5 billion trees in a year. And even if we have a 25 or 30% success with 70% mortality, if we do it constantly, consistently from year to year, then we would have a world, an earth, a planet that is totally green. And these trees will become the carbon sink that would absorb the greenhouse gas emissions. It does not solve the problem altogether, but it is something that is doable. What it takes is for everybody to be concerned with planting trees. Besides, we must remember one fundamental scientific fact. Man cannot live without trees because trees have a symbiotic relationship with men. They produce the oxygen we inhale, and they consume, they absorb the carbon dioxide we exhale. So trees is essential to the existence of mankind. But that is not all. Trees is the source of food, the source of medicine, the source of livelihood, like lumber and timber. Trees give shelter to animal and beast. And so with that, let me just say, let the 150 countries or their representatives think of many ways, like the funding of damage caused by climate change to small undeveloped countries, and the health aspects that greenhouse gas emission causes to man without our knowing. We're eating plastic that has become pulverized in time, if not inhaled by us directly or eaten by us directly. We eat it through the fish that we catch in the sea, who had eaten up all these materials and which we consume. So let them, the countries of the world, think of other ways and let them do it, and let's wish them well. But for ourselves, let us just simply plant trees. If we are serious and sincere about our effort to reduce the increase of global warming by less than 2%, then let us show it by planting trees. Let's walk our talk and not just talk and talk and talk. Our leaders have been meeting from Kyoto to Paris to now Dubai, but this situation is simply just getting worse and worse. Now, the problem has not found a solution yet that will be the panacea for our situation, but planting trees will contribute to it. So, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, I wish I'm coming in clear. I'm traveling on the highway going south of Manila to my province in Batangas, and that is all my message, which I myself am doing. I have started planting trees at the age of 12. I'm 83, and I continue to maintain a seedling nursery that gives away seedlings to people. The secret of which is trees seedlings must be provided to people, so they trees, and the trees should be planted where they are needed, not transported, not propagated in another place and planted somewhere else. Let me end by saying this. The secret is reforestation, planting trees must be community-based. The seeds must be germinated in a community. The seedlings must be propagated in the same community, and the trees must be planted in the same community where themselves. And if each community will do that, then we will have a green planet, and maybe before the other solutions come, we might just as well have saved the world. Thank you very much, and good night. I'll see you all tomorrow.
Thank you, Governor Leviste, for your very insightful and active message. That message is coming from 83-year-old climate activists and tree planters would like to plant. An 83-year-old would like to plant more than 100 million trees. That's a challenge for us. Much stronger and much younger. Thank you, Governor Leviste.
Thank
You're
you.
inspiring us so much. Thank
It's
you
a
very much.
surprise, but
They're all
it's a
clapping their
pleasure.
hands.
I'll see you
So
tomorrow.
if we feel that we're tired, we have to listen to the message of Governor Leviste. With that, we're inviting our guest speaker to please occupy the center stage for us to give the token of appreciation coming from TCP, coming from BBM Tigers, and from the different groups that we have here. We are also invited to present in a much bigger platform within this event. I will be inviting also Dr. Pong for us to be able to join other group. Thank you. Madam Sophia, please. Please. We will be giving the certificate of recognition in behalf of the more than 200 tech company. Yeah, Madam Sophia, of course, you are the guest speaker. Certificate of recognition for in behalf of Digital X, ICT, TCP, Philippine Climate Change Commission, and BBM Tigers. We would like to present the certificate of recognition to our chairman, Sofia Potwara, founder of Tahu Mahi Movement, Tahu Tani, Majutani, and the founding chairperson of Forest Country for Technology Transition for dedication, exemplary leadership, and invaluable contribution to the Forest Country for Technology Just Transition, and presented with gratitude for your unwavering commitment to fostering international collaboration, promoting cultural understanding, and contribution to the success of M70 Rise for food security, given the 2nd day of December 2023 in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Signed, yours truly, and Dr. Chi Mengping, Secretary General. Also, a token. Actually, we have a much bigger one. But the bigger one, they thought it's a real knife. So it's there deposited at the security. Tonight, before we go, we will be giving you the much bigger one. So this is indigenous bamboo knife made in the Philippines, and we also have some token for the Indonesian president. Okay. And lastly, we would like to present this trophy to the Chief of Staff ng M70D. We'd like to present the Agritech Innovation Award to Dr. Muldoko, the Chief of Staff of the President of Indonesia. We'll make it much better. Ladies and gentlemen, in behalf of the DCT, the Digital X Green, here in COP 28 UAE, High-Tech Innovations and Inclusions, together with the BBM Tigers, the Philippine Climate Change Commission, and the more than 200 technology company assembled here, we would like to present the Agritech Innovation Award for Dr. Muldoko, the Chief of Staff of President Widodo of Indonesia. In behalf, receiving is Madam Sofia Kuswara. Dr. Pong, please help me in giving recognition to our friends. We will be giving also the same recognition to Mr. Minadi Ujaya. Also to Mr. Iskandar Purno Mohadi. Also to Mr. Andrian Bangunigra. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. That concludes our afternoon conference here at Digital X Green. In behalf of Digital X Green Pavilion, the DCP, the Philippine Climate Change Commission, and the BBM Tigers, and the more than 200 companies joining us together here in COP 28 UAE. Good afternoon. Maraming salamat po. Mabuhay. Mabuhay po tayo.